Too many skulls. The Nightbot timed you out. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarKives, the KarQ Archives channel. My second channel where it's a lot more candid and casual for my stream at twitch.tv/KarQ. Okay, chat's saying developer blog skull emoji. There's a lot of skull emojis going on today. It's a big day for Overwatch. And by big day, I mean a lot of news and patch notes. The patch note video should be out, but right now we're going to talk about the developer blog, in which we get an update on season 1 with new executive producer Jared Noose, like Dr. Seuss, but with an N. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen that last name before. Yes, dev blog, skull emoji. The skull emojis don't stop here. Okay, let's read what they had to say. Hey everyone, I'm Jared, the new executive producer for Overwatch 2, and I'm so incredibly excited to be working with this team and community. This doesn't sound like he wrote, this sounds like what Jeff would say, Jeff Kaplan, but I swear they have like PR writers. It kind of reads like a PR, like a developer blog, exactly how it was for Jeff. Hi, I'm Jeff, a producer of the Overwatch, and I'm so incredibly excited. Also the hand thing, you gotta do it like this. So incredibly excited to be working with this team and community. There are a ton of exciting things happening on the Overwatch team right now, and I wanted to take a few moments to share an update with you. I'll stop. But first, a quick note. Sharing plans before they're finalized is risky. Development on a live game like Overwatch 2 requires constant juggle of urgent player needs, long-term ambitions, and live issues. Okay. It's easier and safer to talk about the work once it's nearly done and ready to deliver. That said, I think sharing our thoughts early is the right thing to do so we can create a better dialogue between the development team and the community. Please keep your feedback coming. We read it, we're inspired by it, we use it in our development plans. They also forgot to write, we're really annoyed by it. Some of it rightly deserved, some of the criticism from players, but I'm not gonna lie, man. Some people are really annoying. I'm not saying you guys in chat, but like, I'm sure from their perspective, the developers are reading some shit. They're like, oh my God, they want to say something, but they know they can't. But it's all good. Ultimately, we need to ensure we're building a game that you want to keep playing for years to come. Let's get into it. Rewards and progression. Number 1. With the move to a free-to-play model, Overwatch 2 has been able to welcome a large number of new players across the globe. That's super exciting. More people in game means more folks in every playlist, more potential new friends to meet, and more teammates to play with in inexplicably sweaty, unranked games. Okay. We know this change has been a big shift, though, bringing with it a new business model and new systems for unlocking heroes and getting new skins. I could say a lot here, but I think a good place to start is that we aren't completely satisfied with how everything feels right now. Yeah, neither is the community. Oh, what are we gonna do about it? There's a lot we like about it, like knocking out a bunch of daily, weekly challenges or getting something new for a hero you love can feel great, but we also recognize that today's experience has opportunity for improvement that we need to focus on. Okay, we're getting there. We want you to feel more rewarded for just for sitting down and playing. We want you to have new accomplishments to chase outside of your competitive rank and battle pass level. When you finish a session, we want you to feel good about the time you just spent in game, even if you ended on an epic losing streak at 2 AM after saying that you wouldn't end on a loss. If you say we can't end on a loss, it never ends at 2 AM. That shit ends at like 6 AM. Anyways, we'll have a lot to say about these things in the coming months. Man, I thought they're okay. So I thought they were actually gonna get into it, but they're gonna say more in the coming months. I'll start with a couple of quick updates. Okay, so in the short term, okay, they are getting into some stuff. They're getting really quirky with it for sure. In season 2, we've changed up our rewards a bit. Season 2, by the way, begins December 6th, 2022. Last 9 weeks, we can Wolfram Alpha. December 6th plus 9 weeks. What is that like? February 13 end? I don't know. In season 2, we changed up our rewards a bit so that each event has a skin you can earn by playing. Okay, each event. So this is probably in reference to the Halloween event, which didn't feel like you had a skin you could earn. So I guess this means this is going to be Winter Wonderland then, right? In addition to other cosmetic rewards we already offer. We're also going to continue with our Twitch drops programs. Hey, so you guys hear there's Twitch drops happening right now, so that you can earn skins and in-game goodies by supporting your favorite creators. While we're working on the long-term plans, we want upcoming seasons to feel more rewarding than season 1, all right? That's the short term for next season. Season 3 and beyond, that'll probably begin in February. We're looking at a mix of battle pass changes. So not next season, but Battle Pass is going to change. Wonder what that means. Maybe distribution of the stuff, who knows? More interesting challenges to pursue and more play-focused progression systems for you all to dig into. We'll be able to talk about some of these changes soon, but other changes may take more time to lock in. They said a lot without saying it. It's annoying. I get how they can't talk about it, but don't like tease us with the foreplay about like, you know, they're gonna do some new stuff and then we can't talk about it. Also, yeah, we can't talk much about it. Man, that's the worst, man. They're blue balling us. It's gonna be purple soon. Queue times. Contrary to what your DPS Moira may tell you, Overwatch is a role-based game. As such, queue times are a very real and consistent focus area for the team. With the move to 5v5, we're seeing longer queue times than we'd like for both tank and damage players, and while there's no silver bullet for this issue, the team has a lot of ideas we want to experiment with in the coming seasons. Many of these ideas are focused on the support role and how we can make it more fun and rewarding to play. We're discussing targeted support hero reworks, game system updates, and even some role-wide changes to improve support quality of life. As we settle on specific changes, we'll make sure you know about them. In the short term, we've made queue time estimates more accurate in the UI, so like support queues are less than 1 minute in most cases, and we're going to continue to experiment with our Battle Pass XP rewards for those who queue as support or all roles. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't this completely... They acknowledge stuff... What? Hold on. So they're saying there's long queue times for tank and damage, and they have a lot of things they want to experiment with, and they don't elaborate on that. But then they talk about support after, which means they say support queues are less than a minute, but they're seeing long queue times for tank and damage. But let's give supports more things so more people can queue support. Isn't that like the opposite? But listen, I'm a support main and I like support hero changes, but don't they want to fix the issue of long queue times for tank and damage? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm misunderstanding it. So if they put more people in the support queue, it'll reduce time for other roles. Okay, I'm the dumb one. They gotta spell it out for me, man. I'm too stupid to if I can't understand this, do other people understand this? Or was it just me? Maybe it's a skill issue there. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, I didn't get it, but I get it now. You know what? I'm down for it. No, with the skull emojis. English skill issue. Oh, jeez, dude. Okay, that makes sense. I'm a support main. Quality of life. So this is like the system stuff with like incentivize people to queue support. But what about the big issue that a lot of people are bringing up is survivability as a support hero, which I can sort of agree with. It's been a lot tougher for me to adjust to Overwatch 2. I don't know if any support mains from Overwatch 1 can relate to that experience where it just feels like you're not as impactful and you're just kind of getting rolled a lot of the times. Less peel. This is kind of interesting on how this whole fun and rewarding thing is mostly for the queue times, but like if they're talking about role-wide changes, so this would be like a support passive. Is there a support passive we can think of to help survivability without making them OP? Because currently 1.5 seconds to start regenerating 15 HP. It's actually like a pretty good passive. It was better in the beta when it was only 1 second. Actually, arguably, it was OP in the beta. That's why they nerfed it, because it used to be 1 second of going into cover, and then you would start regenerating. Maybe they could revert it back to 1 second, or I don't know about movement speed. Maybe like if you haven't taken damage for a certain amount of time, you get like a little bit of HP. Actually, I don't know. This is why I don't balance stuff. I actually have no idea what to do to make supports feel better without making them OP as shit. Or maybe a support to incentivize playing safer. If you're at full HP, you naturally move a little bit faster, which would incentivize you to play safer or have teammates like, I don't know, protect you a little more. I don't know, something weird like that. Anyways, we could brainstorm about that another time, but that's that. Let's talk about let's read what they said about competitive. We recognize there are aspects of the experience that we need to improve. The team is full of folks who live and breathe comp. That's me. So making this mode feel dynamic and fair is a high priority. We're making adjustments to the matchmaking system. We implemented some changes that should help the system more accurately determine a player's skill tier and division. While this change is already in game, you can expect them to be even more noticeable at the start of Season 2. So we alluded to it, or they alluded to it in the patch notes, where the Bronze 5 bug has been fixed. But I swear there's somebody in here mentioned the other day that some guy on Reddit said he won 21 games in a row on Diamond and he D-ranked. And 21 games in a row is like so statistically improbable. And he couldn't prove he did it, but I couldn't prove he didn't do it. That it sounded like he was just talking out of his ass. I understand like the whole system might not be accurate where you go 7 wins, 9 losses, and they like rank up, or the opposite where they like win 7, lost 2, but they D-rank. Bottom line is they're probably fixing this, so it should be good. You won 14 in a row and you D-ranked, made a video. Okay, so maybe that one's more of an exception. They certainly could be bugged, but they said they fixed it weeks ago. Well, they said it's already in game, but the effect should feel more, it'll feel stronger at the beginning of Season 2 when it kind of like resets or recalibrates again. But the onus is on the person to prove that he did it. If you prove you won 14 in a row and D-rank, that's actually pretty tragic. We also have to know the variable of what was your rank in Overwatch 1? What did you start with? Is there enough that the matchmaker knows about like your information? Do they know, like, do you have enough data? Have you played 100 games in Overwatch 1? Or is it like a fresh account where the variance is really high? Little things like that. Okay, and then I'm surprised I don't mention like showing progression. Like, can I see how much wins and losses I have in my skill tier division? In my STD, I want to know, you know, at the end of the game where it's like, you have like 4 wins so far in your set, but it doesn't show how many losses you had. I want to know how many wins and losses are in my STD. You know, why not like 5 and 3? Show me I'm 5 and 3 so far in this set. And once I hit 7, reset it back to 0 and 0. And then, you know, until I either hit 7 wins or 20 losses / draws, whatever comes first. I think showing that would be pretty nice. But maybe Blizzard have psychological studies where it's actually kind of annoying how gaming has become that, where it's always about like maximizing play, uptime, and spend rate or whatever, right? So like they've probably done a study where if people can visibly see their wins, losses, they might feel less inclined to play. They might have less, or what's it called? Like shorter play sessions, maybe. That's my theory on why they aren't showing it. There might be like a job out there. There's probably a job title for someone who studies this kind of stuff. Maybe it's gaming psychology or statistical uptime. I don't know. Some sort of analyst. It's retention. Yeah, it's retention. So there's a retention study on that, which is annoying. For me, like obviously I'm not specialized in this psychology. So anecdotally, from my personal experience, it feels like a double-edged sword, because if I can't see it, I feel like I'm like running through quicksand, if that makes any sense. It feels like I'm not going anywhere because like I can't see my progress. I don't feel as good because I don't feel like any progression for a long time. But on the same vein, it could also feel worse if you can see it for other people. So like, I can't really comment more on it, but sorry, running on a treadmill. That's the better analogy I was trying to make. Clearly my brain's studying was not my forte. Guys, I barely made it through university. I just sound smarter than I am on YouTube because you can lie on YouTube, or not lie, but you can package yourself and sell yourself to sound smarter than you actually are due to editing. But here on stream, the stupidity comes out in full force. The competitive system is more than just matchmaking though. We've heard your feedback about unexpected rank changes, rate of feedback, and more. This is a topic I can't do justice with just a paragraph or two, so you expect a deeper dive in our plans soon. Okay, next part, hero balance. Multiple heroes saw balance changes and adjustments in the patch. That's in the previous video. Notably, Genji and D.Va are a bit less deadly. Zarya's less shieldy. Sombra's less hacky. We feel these changes in this patch. Junkrat's also less trappy. We feel the changes in this patch. And Kiriko is less teleporty. We feel the changes in this patch are good for the current state of the game, but we're already planning ahead for more changes at the beginning of Season 2. Okay, so like, listen, this doesn't even feel like a mid-balance patch. This is a late balance patch. Guys, we're like 2 weeks away from Season 2. So, I mean, all right. As long as the Season 2 changes are big, all right. We'll be talking more about the Season 2 changes, including some of your favorite cybernetically enhanced Canadian. Oh, implying Sojourn changes soon, but we want to see how the current set of updates for this late season patch play out first. All right. Finally, in closing, players who stuck with us, players who return, players who are not jumping in, thank you for playing Overwatch 2, reading your posts, watching your clips, playing alongside you always leaves me humbled. I had an incredible community. I hope by opening up to you what we're thinking more, we can keep growing together. Season 2 is right around the corner with a ton of awesome stuff. You saw Ramashra sharing lots very, very soon. Until then, see you on the drop ship. Wrong game, guys. This isn't Apex. Okay, so TLDR of this, I felt like this was just very fluffy. There's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of like trying to allude to stuff, but then they can't talk about it, which is honestly just a little annoying, but at least it's something. There wasn't real substance in it, but yeah, maybe it's an intro for the dude to introduce himself as the new executive producer. Hi, Jared. Sorry, no knock to you. I think as a community, as a voice, everybody has high expectations. So this is just a light introduction. I understand you can't say everything with like, you know, whatever your NDAs and whatever binds you legally, but I speak for everybody where we wish we could have more, but we understand that we can't. But as long as there's consistent updates like developer blogs and you are saying that you will dive deep into the things, you at least introduced the idea, you planted the seed, now you got to just water it, you know, and show us some sun. Cool. Thanks. That's the developer blog they did today. The patch notes is up. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you guys in the next one. Boop.